Hello, friends. This is Ryan Hicks of TalkToProfit.com. Today, I want to talk to you about how you have to treat your business like a business. This may seem readily apparent, but many people, when they get into starting their own business, especially when you're brand new in a business, you don't have any employees or anything because you have nothing really going on yet. You're getting started, you're doing things, unless you've already built companies previously in the past, and then when you start a new company, you start it with a lot of funding and employees, and you kind of get things going faster. But if you're new and you haven't been doing this stuff for years, you will most likely be alone, or you'll have a spouse maybe helping you, or a kid or something like that, like one of your children helping you. The biggest problem I see most entrepreneurs go through is not financing. It's not capital. Oh, I don't have enough capital to buy this. It's not time even. These are all excuses, but the real big underlying problem is they don't treat their business like a business. So for an example, it's Wednesday. Everybody working 9-to-5 jobs, what are they doing? They're at work. And you decide, you know what? I want to take my kid to the zoo today. And you go to the zoo, you spend a few $100s at the zoo, you're there all day, you've got almost nothing done in your business. You come home, I'm just so tired from the zoo and being out in the sun, and I'm just going to wait till tomorrow to get that business stuff done. You've wasted an entire day. Somebody working a 9-to-5 job doesn't do that because they can't go into work and say, you know what, forget this, I'm going to take my kid to the zoo. They'll be fired. They treat their job like a business. You're not treating your job like a business. You're treating your job like some supplemental income for your relaxation and vacationing and living life irresponsibly. If you want to be successful in business, you have to be diligent and you have to treat your business like a business. When I was a teenager, I had this job and I worked, and it was one individual's house, and it was a very, very large house. The man was a programmer, and he was in his office, which is a very large office in the house, and it was closed. And the kids would never bother him. I'm like, why don't they go in there? And the wife said very plainly, when my husband is in there, he is at work. We wouldn't bother him if he worked somewhere else. We're not going to bother him when he's working here. And they treated his work like a business. They had understanding, and it was interesting because you can even ask his kids, hey, can I talk to your dad? And they would say, no, dad's at work right now. We can't talk to him. That's how seriously they took his business. And they had a great family. They were very happy, but they understood he was at work. About 4 or 5 or whenever he was done with his work for the day, he would come out of that office, greet the kids, and it was like he got home from work. There was an understanding. This man earns a large amount of income. He is providing for the family. We're not going to have distractions and interruptions and all these things happen during the day because he's here at home and in the physical presence of us, and so we can interact with him and interrupt his business. He's at work. We leave him alone until he's done with work. Then he comes home, even though he's at home already. This is how you have to treat your business. If you have friends and family, especially family because they live with you, you have to set up boundaries and say, listen, from this hour to this hour, I'm at work. You can't bother me. Unless the house is on fire, and even then, you better make sure I'm not doing something important. Just set it as a schedule that they understand. If I was at work, if I worked somewhere else, you wouldn't come into work and bother me and interrupt me and ask me to take you to the movies or do any of this stuff. You would say, okay, he's at work. I'll wait until 5 o'clock when he's done from work. Set up your schedule in such a way. Post it if you have to. Post it in your house. Okay, from 8 to 6, I'm at work. You can't bother me. Yes, I'm in that room right over there, but you don't bother me. And you have to stick to this. Do not deviate. Don't say, well, so-and-so is having this party and I guess I don't have to be. No, you are at work. And if people can't understand that and can't respect that, barring them being in your family, you got to get rid of them. You got to get them out of your friends bothering you and trying to ruin your business, because some of this is sabotaging you. Whether they mean to or not, some people don't want to see you successful, or they just think your success is only to get to the next entertainment. Oh, you made $100 today? Great. Let's go to the movies. Oh, you made $3,000 today? Great. Let's go on a vacation. They don't see your business as something worth investing in, and they don't even care. They just don't care. Your family can understand this, because as they see you have success and continue and be diligent, they're going to respect that. At first, it may be hard for them because they don't see you getting much accomplished, as far as there's no income coming in, there's no real success to speak of. It's going to be a little harder for them to take it seriously, because at least when they see you go to work, they know you're doing something and you get a paycheck at the end of the week or month or whatever. So when you're starting your own business and you're doing this, they're going to have a little harder time treating it like a business, because they don't see the rewards that a business normally gives people. Just keep at it. And hopefully those people around you can be more encouraging and can understand, but you have to set those rules. If you have any variation in those rules and you don't keep them strictly, they're not going to take you seriously. And you're going to have more and more interruptions, and you're going to destroy your business. I've seen this happen too many times, where people just do not take their business seriously and treat it like an actual business. They treat it like a part-time business, something they don't have to take seriously, they don't have to really be dedicated to, and they wouldn't even do that if they were working for someone else. They would treat someone else's business with more seriousness and treat it like a business, but their own business, something they're building for themselves and their family and their community, they don't treat that like a business. So my friends, treat your business like a business. Be diligent, set strict rules about how you're going to work, where you're going to work, when you can be interrupted or you can't be interrupted, and stick to those rules. Let me give you an example. In my life, people know if they call me at a certain time, I'm doing certain activities. They literally know my schedule. This wasn't even something I had to post or send people emails saying, this is what I'm doing this time. They just knew Ryan's working. I've been doing this for many, many years. You don't bother him. Him, his employees, whatever, are all working at this time. You don't interrupt. This is not playtime. And if they call me and they don't get an answer because my phone's off, they know I'm doing other things. I'm busy. And they know if I do answer, that means I have time at this point to talk with them about whatever. No one's offended by it. No one feels like, oh, you're not using your time for me. You're not being friendly. No one thinks that. They understand I'm at work, and I work long hours in my various businesses, and they're fine with it. People understand, but you should gotta set up these basic rules. And when people see how diligent you are and that you're day in and day out working and pushing and you're going from success to success, they'll take you seriously. The problem comes in when people don't see you doing that. They see you're serious one day and the next day you're off doing something stupid and you're not dedicated to your business. And they don't see that consistency. They can't take that seriously, and who could? Who could take that seriously when you're not even taking it seriously yourself? But when they see you as a dedicated businessman, a dedicated businesswoman, constantly day in, day out, when you feel good, when you don't feel good, when things are going great, when things are going bad, you're still day in, day out, constantly improving and going from success to success in your business. When they see that, they'll take you more seriously, and they'll take your business seriously as a real business. When you start getting some of the rewards of a business, from financial prosperity to various things you can do now in the community and helping other people, when they start seeing some of these things as well, they'll also take you more seriously. And this is something that you have to prove. You want people to immediately take your business seriously. You haven't even proven this yet. So one of the hurdles you'll have to do is to prove your business is a real business. But one of the first things you can do to prove that to people is to treat your business like a business. You can't take off in the middle of the day and abandon your business to go do some entertainment or going out to eat, or unless you're going for lunch or whatever. Some people do that at a regular job. They go to lunch. But you got to be real strict about it. If you worked at a regular job and they gave you an hour, so from noon to 1 would be your lunch hour, and you have to be back at 1, then you need to take your business the same way. So if you're going to go out to eat, noon to 1, you better be back in your office at home or wherever at 1. And you better take it seriously. But when people see you don't take that seriously, you're not treating it like a real business, it's more of a hobby to you, you're going to have some problems. First thing, you're not going to have the success that you want, and that success will also help go to further people believing in you and treating you with more respect and treating your business with more respect because they see you treat it like a real business. But that's going to be the biggest thing beyond the financial rewards is them seeing you treat this like a business. You normally would do something on the weekends, but you're saying, no, I'm sorry, I had to work. But you work for yourself. What are you doing? Yeah, I have to work. I have these goals I have set and I have to reach them. And I haven't got that done this week. I got to keep going. When they see you giving up things that you enjoy, things you want to do because you're dedicated to your business, that is going to also go further to help them believe in you and start treating you and your business like a real business. But you have to do that. It's not on them to prove your business is a real business. You have to treat your business like a real business, and then you'll start getting people also treating it the same way. But when you treat it like some part-time job, when you treat it like something that's not to be respected, the other people are going to treat it the same way. And you can't expect them to treat your business like a business when you don't even treat your business like a business. So set a set schedule for people to understand if that's needed. Now, maybe it's not needed, but if you have people interrupting you constantly and trying to get you to do things when you're normally working, then you need to set a strict set schedule and have other people understand this. During this time, you are unavailable. You need to talk to somebody else. I'm busy, I'm at work. You wouldn't call me and disrespect me at work with some of this nonsense, but you don't respect my business calling me, interrupting me for this nonsense right now. Now, you may have a more lenient schedule where you kind of float around and you can have people, and you can just do like I do. My phone's off if I'm busy